Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining. Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Shout out to April. Shout out to Kamoya. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Megan. Yes, so shout out to April and shout out to Skylar. Shout out to Danny. Hello everyone, thank you for joining. Shout out to Danny. Oh, I just did Danny. Oops. Shout out to Maddie. Shout out to Irene. Thank you, Irene. My day's going well. How about you? I hope your day's going well as well. Shout out to Nevaeh. I'm a little tired, but that's just because I think towards the end of the week I start getting tired. I don't know if anyone can relate. That like towards the end of the week you start getting kind of tired. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Samantha. I'm doing well. How about you? Thank you for asking. Shout out to Arga. Shout out to Ruby. Shout out to Everly. Shout out to Yoel. Shout out to Leslie. Shout out to Hannah. Shout out to Jubal. Shout out to Kylie. Shout out to Colette. Shout out to Braxton. Happy early birthday. Shout out to Braxton. Whoopsie, I messed up. Shout out to Maricela. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the live streams. Yes, I live stream and I also post other content, stuff like this. I do tutorials of how to make these cute cards, so I hope you can subscribe and leave likes around some of the videos. I would truly appreciate it, especially with Valentine's Day coming up. I do cutesy little things like this. I do tutorials. I hope you can subscribe or leave likes around some of the videos. I would truly appreciate it. I also do birthday ones too, like this. I would truly appreciate it if you subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. I do more other types of birthday cards as well. Shout out to Josie. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Gurnaz. Shout out to Liliana. Shout out to Peyton. Happy birthday. Shout out to Juju. Shout out to Caitlin. Shout out to Emmy. Happy birthday. Shout out to Jakari. Thank you so much for subscribing. Shout out to Lexi. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Akila. Shout out to Edith. Shout out to Addie. Shout out to Messy Jessie. Shout out to David. Shout out to Evan. Shout out to Eddie. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Steve H. Shout out to Rose. Shout out to Jamir. Shout out to Clara. Shout out to Aisha. Shout out to Alicia or Alicia. Happy birthday. Shout out to Daisy. Shout out to Riley. Whoopsie. There we go. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, my face is on my channel. Shout out to Nancy. Also, I posted my face on the, if you look at the, I think they're called like posts, community posts. Shout out to Mary. Shout out to Nancy. Shout out to Laura. Shout out to Mary. Shout out to Tato. Shout out to Hannah. Shout out to Brianna. Shout out to George. Shout out to Santiago. Shout out to K2 Life. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Caroline. Shout out to Gunner. Shout out to Bino Sosa. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Bino Sosa. Shout out to Barrett. Thank you, Bino. Shout out to Bino Sosa. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you, thank you. Shout out to Tolina. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Abigail. Shout out to Everett. Shout out to Ellie. Thank you so much. Shout out to Cassandra Joy. Thank you. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Cassandra Joy. Shout out to Natalie. Shout out to Maddox. Shout out to Carmen. Shout out to Gael. Shout out to Scarlett. Shout out to Bumble. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the live stream. I live stream every day around the same time. Shout out to Joanna. Thank you for stopping by. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Kendry. Thank you, Patience. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Gabby. Shout out to Anastasia or Anastasia. Shout out to Ansley. Shout out to Lena. Shout out to Dario. Shout out to Macy. Shout out to Delilah. I'm so sorry if I haven't gotten to you. The live stream, the chat goes really fast sometimes. Shout out to Aaliyah. Happy birthday. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Izzy. Shout out to Carter. Shout out to Alexa. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Bryn. Shout out to Lena. Shout out to Olivia. Shout out to Kenny. Shout out to Aaliyah, I got you. Shout out to, oh no, I missed it. Shout out to Janice. Shout out to Serenity. Shout out to Ritag, or Ritaj. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to these people. On to the next page. Thank you for being here. I truly appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Maven. Shout out to Amy. Thank you for subscribing. Oh no, did I spell it right? Amy, can you write your name again? Shout out to Evelyn. Shout out to Milan. Shout out to Bentley. Shout out to Divine. Shout out to Macy. Shout out to Melina. Shout out to Drew. Shout out to Renee. Shout out to Joyful. Shout out to Sophie. Shout out to Susan. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Selena. Shout out to Emmy. Thank you. Thank you for writing your name again. Shout out to Emmy. Shout out to Colton. Oh no. Shout out to Colton. Shout out to Jocelyn. Shout out to Salem. Shout out to Cora. Shout out to Michaela. Shout out to Evie. Shout out to Ania. Shout out to Callie. Shout out to Silas. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Emma. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Lainey. Shout out to London. Shout out to Lana. Shout out to Alora. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Taja. Oops. Oh no, I messed up. I'm gonna write it again. Shout out to Taja. Shout out to Lachi. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to Sarah. Shout out to Bianca. Shout out to Bob. Shout out to Ratag. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Lucia. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Emery. Shout out to Mateo. Shout out to Ocean. Shout out to Sarah. Sorry, I keep messing up because I think I'm just trying to write fast and I keep messing up. Shout out to Sarah. Shout out to Anton. Shout out to Mariah. Shout out to Ashlyn. Shout out to Yanni. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Egg Chan. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Ciara or Kiara. Shout out to Jasper. Shout out to Amel. Shout out to Kemery. Shout out to Fred. Shout out to Alexis. Shout out to Mario. Shout out to Royalty. Shout out to Chloe. Shout out to Anaya. Shout out to Leona. Shout out to Cecilia. Shout out to Jessica. Shout out to Kimberly. Shout out to Magda. Shout out to Jillian. Thank you everyone for your patience. I'm so sorry. But shout out to Baby what? Baby Storage? Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Stephanie. Shout out to Finley. I'm so sorry if I haven't gotten to you. Shout out to Archer. Thank you for your patience. Shout out to Jackson. Shout out to Yoonjin. It's because if I try to write fast, I mess up. Shout out to Tamia. Like I messed up right there. Right there. That's when I was trying to write fast. Shout out to Bartholomew. Thank you everyone for being here. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Rosetta. Shout out to Kathy. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Ayani or Ayane. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Chase. Shout out to Bushra. Shout out to Melody. Shout out to Lamara. Shout out to Juju. Shout out to Macy. Shout out to Kenzo. Shout out to Aurora. Shout out to Riley. Shout out to Palin. Shout out to Azul. Shout out to Cecily. Shout out to Hayami. Shout out to Ruby. Shout out to Noah, happy birthday. Shout out to Tomasi. Shout out to Abby. Shout out to Nyla. Shout out to Montserrat. Shout out to Ivana. Shout out to these people. On to the next page. Thank you everyone for being here. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the shout outs. Like I mentioned before, I do other content on my channel, things like this. I show tutorials. So I hope you can check it out and leave some likes if you're interested. I would truly appreciate it if you check it out. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. I live stream and then I post the greeting card tutorials. Shout out to Troy Booker. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Troy Booker. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Montserrat. Shout out to Taylor. Shout out to Bruce. Shout out to Alam. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Zuko. Shout out to Vanessa. Shout out to German. Shout out to Tiziano. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Evie Roop. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Romeo. Shout out to Andy Santillano. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Anna. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Andy. Shout out to Anna. Shout out to Royalty. I know I appreciate your patience. I know I don't write fast. Shout out to Kazia. Shout out to Diani. Shout out to Remy. Shout out to Enola. Shout out to Martina. Shout out to, what is it? Jay Leanne. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Andrew. Shout out to Catalina. Shout out to Mateo. Shout out to, was it Mitchell? Sometimes the chat goes really fast that I kind of miss it. Shout out to Sayla. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the shout outs. I live stream every day around the same time as this. Shout out to Leilani. Shout out to Bino Sosa. Thank you so much, Bino. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Yasmin. Shout out to Max. Shout out to Bino. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Sirena. Shout out to Camila. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Amelia. Shout out to Icy. Shout out to Amy. Shout out to Susie. Shout out to Lainey. Shout out to Lauren. Shout out to Gio. Shout out to Jayla. Shout out to Angelica. Shout out to Suzia. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Harleen. Shout out to Vonnie. Shout out to Lance. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Gregor. Shout out to Jimena. Shout out to these people. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Carmela. Thank you everyone for your patience. Shout out to Brady. Shout out to Cecily. Shout out to Lamel. Shout out to Luna. Shout out to Eid. Shout out to Andrea. Shout out to Eden. Shout out to William. Shout out to Remy. Shout out to Beta. Shout out to Harley. Shout out to Carla. Shout out to Emerson. Shout out to Shamsa. Shout out to Liliana. Shout out to, thank you. Is it Effie? Thank you, Effie. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Effie Hujunin. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Mariah. Shout out to Melissa. Shout out to Landon. Shout out to Bennett. Shout out to Hajira. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Blake. Shout out to Allie. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Amy. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Carly. Shout out to Karina. Shout out to Victoria. Shout out to Mary. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Clarabelle. Shout out to Apollo. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Akram. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Seyon. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Austin. Shout out to Robert. Shout out to Aaliyah. Shout out to Baron. Shout out to Angel. Shout out to Ratag. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Andrew. Shout out to Leah. Shout out to, is it Nazer? Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Quinn. Shout out to Christy. Thank you so much. Shout out to Nazer, I got you. Shout out to Trinity. Shout out to Blossom. Shout out to Andreas. Shout out to these people. Shout out to Issa. Shout out to Max. Shout out to these people. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the shout outs. I live stream every day around the same time as this. Okay, on to the next page. Like I said before, I post other content, some of it being like this. You know, since Valentine's Day is coming up, I do tutorials of how to do these types of tutorials. And then as well as birthday. I hope you can like and subscribe or check my channel out or share my channel. I would truly appreciate it. Especially with birthdays, I make cute little birthday cards that you can send to your friends or to your sister, your brother. I even have Sonic ones, not Superman, Spider-Man, Hello Kitty as well, Cinnamon Roll. I have Super Mario. Shout out to Eliana. So I hope you can check it out. Check out my channel. Shout out to Maddie. Shout out to Nazer. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Hajira. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Ava. Shout out to Muhammad. Shout out to Julia. Shout out to Kason. Shout out to Wesley. Shout out to Aubrey. Shout out to Nija. Shout out to Ziki. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Zipporah. Shout out to Omar. Shout out to Chloe. Shout out to Aram. Shout out to Baron. Shout out to Tammy. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Serenity. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the shout outs. Shout out to Kaylee. Shout out to Ailani or Ailani. Shout out to Alana. Shout out to, is it Rhea or Rhea? Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Dahlia. Thank you for your patience, everyone. I know I don't write fast, so I appreciate you taking the time to write your name and for your patience. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Torin. Shout out to Natasha. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Kylie. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Maya. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Gabby. Shout out to Lexi. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to Amelia. Shout out to Adalyn. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to John. Shout out to Ikram. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Liliana. Shout out to Jaradimi. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Effie. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Effie Hujunin. Shout out to Valentina. Shout out to Nath. Shout out to Jonathan. Shout out to Elise. Shout out to Nargis. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Jenny. Shout out to Liana. Shout out to Domenica. Shout out to Valen. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Coda. Shout out to Dibani. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Kinsley. Shout out to Robbie. Shout out to Nat. Shout out to Anais. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Julietta. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Manuel. Shout out to Nala. Shout out to Esther. Shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to Evelyn. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to April. Shout out to Addie. Shout out to Jeremiah. Shout out to Ruby. Shout out to Laura. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Reese. Shout out to London. Shout out to Anwar. Shout out to Mimi. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Julian. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to Maggie. Shout out to Leah. Shout out to Safa. Shout out to Corbin. Shout out to, what was it? Oh no, I missed it. Brylan, thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Lola. Shout out to Annalie. Shout out to Miriam. Shout out to Alea. Shout out to Anna. Shout out to Paisley. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Fiona. Shout out to Kaylee. Shout out to Alina. Shout out to Nayara. Whoops. Shout out to Anil. What was it? Oh no. Anila. Shout out to Mumina. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to Alexa. Shout out to Josiah. Oops, I put an S. Shout out to Josiah. Shout out to Ashley. Shout out to Regina. Shout out to these people. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. On to the next page. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the live stream. I live stream every day. I do shout outs every day around the same time as this. And then, like I showed you, I do other videos. I hope you can check out my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Hevereth. Hevereth. Shout out to Juliet. Shout out to Adelie. Oh, is it 2 L's? Oh, yeah. Shout out to Ferris. Shout out to Jackie. Shout out to Amiran. Shout out to Shakira. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Shakira Gonzalez. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Hazel. Shout out to Lorena. Shout out to Janaya. Shout out to Shakira. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Shakira Gonzalez. Shout out to Ashika. Shout out to Penelope. Shout out to Ruben. Shout out to Kaylee. Shout out to Mickey. I got you. Shout out to Haven. Shout out to Everly. Thank you so much for subscribing. Shout out to Liliana. Shout out to Ray Armani. Shout out to Key. Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Martin. Shout out to Gabby. Shout out to Belle. Whoops, I put an M by mistake. Shout out to Madison. Shout out to Reed. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Abilene. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Benji. Shout out to Amia. Shout out to Sawyer. Shout out to Khaleesi. Shout out to Halo. Shout out to Ken. Is it Kanaya? Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Kaisik Saints. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Kaisik Signs. Shout out to Anissa. Shout out to Avina. Oh no, I messed up. Avinia. Shout out to Hajar Wesley. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Hajar. Thank you. Shout out to Hajar Wesley. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Sublime. Thank you so much for subscribing. Shout out to Celine. Shout out to, is it Nusai? Shout out to Harper's Haven. Thank you so much. Harper's Haven. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Harper's Haven. Shout out to Farhad. Shout out to Hajar Wesley. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Matthew. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Miranda. Shout out to Danny. Shout out to Lola. Shout out to Ava. Shout out to Nevaeh. Shout out to Harper's Haven. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Harper's Haven. Shout out to Ryan. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Violet. Shout out to Mel. Shout out to Desiree. Shout out to Ava. Shout out to Zoya. Shout out to Maya. Shout out to Harper's Haven. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Harper's Haven. Shout out to Tirda. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Hajar Wesley. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Willow. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Jonah. Shout out to Ryan Russell. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Ryan Russell. Juice World fan. Thank you so much. Shout out to Bella. Shout out to Leslie. Shout out to Padrine. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Spider. Shout out to Ciaran or Kieran. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Tamalak. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Tanvi. Shout out to Abby. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Jessica. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Javion. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Sakura. Shout out to Janaya. You're welcome, Violet. Shout out to Logan. Shout out to Axel. Shout out to Salani. Shout out to Amaya or Amia. Shout out to Collins. Shout out to Cassidy. Shout out to Kinsley. Thank you so much. Shout out to Blessing. Shout out to Isabel. Shout out to Iran. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Nusabai. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Nusabai. Shout out to Journey. Shout out to Valentine. Shout out to Zoella. Shout out to Niala. Shout out to Saman. Shout out to these people. On to the next page. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the shout outs. Like I said, I live stream every day around the same time as this. I also post other content. I hope you can check it out. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Shout out to Iker. Shout out to Niala. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Nicole. Shout out to Jaden. Shout out to Donovan. Shout out to Elijah. Thank you so much. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Kinsley. Shout out to Cooper. Shout out to Lolo. Shout out to Lila. Shout out to Sia. Shout out to Suji. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Presley. Shout out to Akira. Shout out to Iran. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Kabir. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Maida. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Hazel. Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Baran and Narj. Shout out to Nargis. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Solution. Shout out to Lainey. Shout out to Ari. Shout out to Abby. Shout out to Kenny V. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Kenny V. Shout out to Elijah Brown. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Elijah Brown. Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to Gavin. Shout out to Annie. Shout out to Erivan. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Israel. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Nia. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to Romy. Shout out to Belle. Shout out to Bryson. Shout out to Paisley. Shout out to Oswin. Shout out to Lucy. Shout out to Naomi. Shout out to Rosie. Shout out to Gemini. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Abel. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Aspen. Shout out to Finn. Shout out to Emma. Shout out to Arlen Silva. Or Arlene. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Shout out to Kingston. Shout out to Davidcito. Shout out to Megan. Shout out to Zach. Shout out to Araya. Shout out to Maisie. Shout out to Liam. Shout out to Josue. Shout out to Niala. Shout out to Kaylin. Shout out to Kylie. Shout out to Molly. Shout out to Gabby. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Kaylin. Shout out to Oswin. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Remy. Shout out to Rory. Shout out to Nicole. Shout out to Presley. Shout out to Girly Pop. Shout out to Ceci. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Harmony. Shout out to these people. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Yelena. Shout out to Aria. Shout out to Genesis. Shout out to Summer. Shout out to Helen. Shout out to Uriah. Shout out to Anila, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Karina. Shout out to Peyton. Shout out to Belly? Bells, sorry. Shout out to Bells. I'm gonna write it again. Shout out to Bells. Shout out to Gwen. Shout out to Asika. Shout out to Molly. Shout out to Joseph. Shout out to Portillo. Or Portillo. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Easton. Shout out to Tina. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Alina. Shout out to Gabriella. Shout out to Camber. Shout out to Luna. Shout out to Dallas. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to William. Shout out to Rich. Shout out to these people. Okay, on to the next page. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Thank you also for your patience. I know I don't write out to Lele. Thank you so much, Lele. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Lele Blount. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Annabelle. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Lele. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Annabelle. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Lele. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Shout out to Ava. Shout out to Max. Shout out to Sydney. Shout out to Guinevere. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Jenny. Shout out to Lele. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to James. Shout out to Winnipeg. Shout out to Raven. Shout out to Tommy. Shout out to Leah. Thank you so much. Or Leah. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Thank you, Leah, for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Malachi. Shout out to Martina. Shout out to Rumi. Shout out to Gigi. Shout out to Jimena. Shout out to Ellie. Shout out to Julia. Shout out to Melanie. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Louisa. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Emma. Shout out to Elena. Shout out to India. Shout out to Samaya. Shout out to Alani. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Sadie. Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Shout out to Hudson. Shout out to Cruz. Shout out to Miriam. Shout out to Alondra. Shout out to Miss Rosner. Mrs. Rosner. Shout out to Bernice. Shout out to Khaleesi. Shout out to Jazzy. Shout out to Abeline. Shout out to Eileen. Shout out to Thomas. Shout out to Cara. Shout out to Laura. Shout out to Brecken. Shout out to Allison. Shout out to Brianna. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Kalila. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Ishel. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Carter. Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to Uriah. Shout out to Emmanuel. Shout out to Rebecca. Shout out to Deja. Oh no, how do you spell it? Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Fernanda. Shout out to Maddie. Shout out to... Thank you, Justina. Shout out to Justina. Shout out to Erica. Shout out to Anoya. Shout out to Micah. Shout out to Zion. Shout out to Bennett. Shout out to Maddox. Shout out to Samantha. Shout out to Felicia. Shout out to Hendrix. Shout out to Cami. Shout out to Sakura. Shout out to Abel. Shout out to Yailani or Yailani. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to these people. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Give a like. I would truly appreciate it. Shout out to Annabelle. Shout out to Novali. Shout out to Emily. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Michaela. Shout out to Ari. Shout out to Parker. Shout out to Nathan. Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to Veda. Shout out to Lee Mino. Shout out to Cecia. Shout out to Paola. Shout out to Janaya. Shout out to Kali or Callie. Shout out to what was it? Avea. Shout out to Avea. Shout out to Marwa. Shout out to Tootie. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Taven. Shout out to Vivian. Shout out to Blake. Shout out to Dashay. Shout out to Jose. Shout out to Maya. Shout out to Braylon. Shout out to these people. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking the time to write your name. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. And like I said, please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Also, check out my other videos. I do tutorials like these of how to make these cute little cards. I would truly, truly appreciate it if you check it out. Your support means a lot to me. And I'm just so grateful that you're here. I'm just beyond grateful. Thank you. I do little tutorials like these as well for Valentine's Day coming up. So please check out my channel. It means a lot to me that you're here. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe. I will see you all next time. I live stream every day. That's where you can see me. I was going to show you the other card, but I lost it. Yeah, I lost it. Oh, I don't know where it went. Okay, but thank you so much. I will see you all next time. Take care.